So should we just start off the show with a quick apology for how hard we fucked when Money in the Bank was going to be?
I was not in a place to remember that Money in the Bank wasn't that week.
I was sick. Blake wasn't sober. What was your excuse, Scotty?
I was having to build a beautiful pay-per-view, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
And we
So it was
woofed
completely your fault.
We gotta.
That was
but
completely your fault. Yeah,
on the-
because of that, I didn't get it. Because of that, I didn't get to talk about Dominion when it happened. I'm salty about that.
I mean, on the bright side, we did get to take a nice vacation off, but now we're back. It's Fight Boys. Welcome to Fight Boys, ladies and gentlemen, the weekly podcast about professional and not so professional wrestling. I am one of your hosts, the Shill Master General himself, Scotty Moore.
And it's me, the completely sober bee, the plattest man on the planet.
You said that like you're going through Alcoholics Anonymous or some shit. Just like, one weekend, guys, I'm making it. Just gotta need you guys to bring me through. Let's go.
Nope, I will say last time we recorded was an experiment, and it was not a good experiment.
Oh, so much that you forgot when pay-per-views happened, but it's okay. Sober me did the same thing.
I mean, what was the experiment that went wrong? Eating an entire bag of chips while recording? Yeah, please don't do that again.
Yes.
Yes, that was it. Oh, and the other voice you hear is a man with no name. A boy called Sue. It's the D, Dylan. What's up, D?
No, not much. Just moving into a house.
That's good. You feeling better?
Slightly. Like,
yeah, you sound
my tonsils
blessed
are my tonsils are like still fucked up from the amount of like the sinus infection and then the amount of sinus drainage that still kept going. And then the fact that I'm moving, so it's kicking up all the dust in my apartment where I am because I'm not fully moved over to the house yet.
Yeah.
Mainly because there's no internet
You get
there.
tonsil stones?
Is great. So
Tonsil stones?
I had
What?
some. I got
Yeah.
rid of them. I've been gargling salt water
talking
to keep that stuff.
Oh.
Okay, we're just gonna say to start to start this off. There may be a lot of moments during this podcast where people just cut out randomly, and it's no one's fault other than Dylan's computer. Otherwise, we're good.
Yep.
I will say, despite the extreme sickness, Dylan did make a very promising offer last week, which was, I know you guys don't want to do Fight Boys, I know, but can I just talk about Dominion for an hour? And I was like, no, buddy, I'll watch Dominion and we could talk about it. And I did end up watching. Blake, have you watched any of Dominion?
I haven't watched anything.
It was sweet wrestle. Jericho Naito.
Yeah. Okay,
Jericho
so
Naito
Scotty,
was
I
very
need you to understand the amount of effort I put into this. I took a day off of work in advance, requested vacation time from Universal, like had something the night before, like slept 2 hours, woke up, drank a shit ton of coffee, and watched this live in my living room to ensure that I did not miss the main event. I missed part of the Jericho Naito match and part of like the 6-man tag because I had the coffee shits, but it was worth it because I watched all of the Omega Okada match live, and I was like jumping around and shit. And then it was like, hey, we're not recording this week, so you're just gonna have to let that excitement die inside of you, despite the fact that was the greatest wrestling match you will ever see.
Yeah.
I'm with Meltzer. That wasn't the greatest match I have ever seen. That's the greatest match I will ever see. I could stop now and be like, no, I just stopped watching after the Omega Okada series final. There was no real reason to keep going.
Nah, I'm done, man.
I will say I'm super jealous of you for getting to watch it without knowing the result, because that always makes a match 10 times better.
That's why I ask off for the days when like major things happen because this last Wrestle Kingdom I didn't get to watch live. And despite knowing how good it wasn't the same because the 2 years previously I had gotten to watch it live
Yeah.
because of my work schedule. And like nothing beats it. Nothing beats the excitement. Nothing beats not knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's that extra level. Every false finish actually means something. Like I was alone in this apartment yelling at the TV screen at Gato across the globe.
Dude, I will say, I straight up, like, there were faults. It was after the first 2 falls had happened, and there were still moments where I'm like, man, I think Okada's gonna pull this one out. I don't know, Okada's gonna get this. But yeah,
After the first fall where Okada won by not using his finisher, I was like, "Oh fuck, I forgot that was probably something that could happen."
yeah.
That reminds me of my first Wrestle Kingdom. I think, my first Wrestle Kingdom that I stayed and watched live was 9. And that was the first
9
time.
was a great one.
It was wonderful. And that was the first introduction I had to New Japan. And from then on, I was like, I want to keep up with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I will say, Ospreay has just the most fucking punchable face, and it's Takahashi, right? Or Tanahashi? Because I get those two fucking mixed up. Takahashi?
Takahashi. There's 2 Takahashis. There's Hiromu, who is the crazy guy who like wears the oh god, I forgot the name. The Misfits jacket to the ring.
Well, no. It's not just the Misfits. Homeboy had Bad Brains on it. He had, like, Black Flag. And as he's walking out, like, all of my old punk sensibilities came back. And I'm like, this is now my favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah, he wears that and, like, an airbrushed fucking fur coat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, along with his airbrushed, like, pants that he wears.
He's
full...
He's Japanese me, let's be honest.
He's full on with it. But there's also the Tokyo Pimp and Bullet Club member Yujiro Takahashi. So there's 2 Takahashis now.
Jesus. No relation, I'm assuming?
No, it's just a common last name.
But yeah,
it's like if you had 2 guys whose last name was like Bradshaw or something. It's like it happens.
Yeah.
And since a lot of Japanese wrestlers use their real names, they just might stylize them. Like it's a thing.
But the Ospreay Takahashi match was really fucking good too, dude. Like, because I expected, because I am a self-admitted Jericho mark, and I was like, Jericho is gonna be my favorite besides Okada, Omega, and then Ospreay and Takahashi happened, and I went, nah, these 2 fucking got it. Like, it was intense.
Oh man.
That one was weird because I was like, I know how this is going to happen. Like there was a couple of them where I was like, I think I know how this is gonna go, and I was mostly right. I was sad that I was right about fucking Michael Elgin winning, but then he dropped the title back to Goto like 2 days ago and has the shortest reign with that belt in the history of it. So fuck him.
Jericho was a big surprise, I'll tell you that.
I thought they might do it. I was like, there's no reason for Naito to have the belt. They just wanted it off of Suzuki. And like having Jericho have it helps elevate it. It truly shows like, yeah, dude, like high level people have that. And since it's essentially in limbo now until the end of the summer, because it probably won't be used until like King of Pro Wrestling, which is in like October. That means like the U.S. title, the Never Openweight title, those are gonna get more shine. The junior title's gonna get more shine. Tag titles might get more shine. Like it's a good thing all around.
I'm trying to. What was the other? Oh, I also watched the Bucks versus Evil and Sonata, and that felt like just a basic Young Bucks match to me, more than anything else. Like. Which is still a good match. They're kind of like AC/DC. Even if they're playing the same song over and over again, it's a good fucking song.
I mean, the fact that they're adding so much selling now just to like make a point of it.
Yeah.
To people who say they don't have psychology, that was the Nick foot spot. I was like, oh, dude. Like, they're adding to this? I was like, oh, it's gonna be like the gutsiness of them. And it was.
Because it's usually Matt. Matt's the one because Matt has the back that he can sell really well. But usually, like, all of the work that Nick did with that foot was the best.
Mhm.
But moving
That match helped remind me why I originally fell in love with the Young Bucks and the Young Bucks are why I got into New Japan. So it was all full circle.
Yeah. Oh man, Young Bucks are probably my favorite wrestling thing of all time. Like hands down my favorite.
See, it's Kenny and then it's them, and it's because I can still root against them every once in a while. They're good enough heels, like their PWG stuff for like Mount Rushmore. I'll watch it, and be like, God, I hope somebody kicks them in the face.
Yeah.
And like, there's nothing Kenny can do at this point where I won't be like, yeah, no, I support that guy. Yeah, go that guy.
I mean, this podcast is essentially like the shitty elite. We have our Kenny Omega, and then me and Blake are the Young Bucks of the group.
Hi, I'm still here.
Blake's like, also, okay, Blake, since we just spent 10 minutes on, I don't know if Dylan watched NXT, but I know you did. Didn't you?
I watched a little bit, like, of whatever match was on. I was doing a show, so we were just trying to catch it backstage.
Yeah. So yeah, we can just gush about fucking Velveteen Dream and Ricochet.
Stole the fucking show to me.
Everyone going into that are just like, yeah, Ciampa Gargano, it's gonna be the match of the night. And I'm like, nah, y'all just fucking wait for my boy Ricochet and Dream to take the stage, and you will change your tune pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Especially, this is my favorite because I always love when wrestlers like reference older matches and make kind of semi-parodies in a match. When you have the guy who's like The Rock and the guy who literally came out like Hogan step in the middle of the ring and do the Hogan Rock spot where they look at the audience and then look back at each other and start fighting. That was, the minute that happened, I went, okay, this is match of the night. That's all it took for me.
Oh.
I think my favorite. I didn't get to watch Takeover, unfortunately, because I've been moving all the time. But I appreciated Velveteen Dream apparently like borrowing Ricochet's Prince Puma tights.
Yes.
Accurate.
I will say.
Those were literally the exact same tights. Somebody put them up like side by side, like Ricochet wearing them at a PWG show, and then Dream wearing them. I was just like, oh, that's a good way to fuck with him.
Man,
I am so happy for Patrick Clark.
Yeah.
After the shit that he got on Tough Enough.
Dude, like there were spots in that match that I didn't think possible. Like where Ricochet hits like the big dive, fucking like 20. He almost like coast to coast from one side diagonally to hit Dream. And then Dream follows it up with an elbow drop of his own, in an equally far fashion. I'm like, okay, these guys get it. And then he just decides to suplex Ricochet to the outside. And the whole time I'm just sitting there like, okay, you guys have won. You don't have to do anything else. Because I was watching it at work, and unfortunately I had to drive home when the Ciampa Gargano match started, so I missed the beginning of it. But it felt just kind of like a typical brutal street fight. Like, it had some really cool moments, like Johnny hitting the Ciampa's finisher off the top of the things through the table. That was cool. But the ending was so strange to me.
Right. No, it was right because it continues the story. The story starts, we are best friends. Ciampa turns on Gargano, jealousy, hatred, whatever.
Yeah.
Johnny builds himself up in the interim. Ciampa costs him. Like they fight it out, and Johnny wins, but Ciampa's still there, still fucking with him. And John even wrote a tweet saying like, I showed mercy. That's my own. Like I made one mistake.
Yeah.
And this match, he didn't show mercy, but it cost him. He got too blinded by trying to end Ciampa that he didn't win the match because he got caught, got hit with the DDT on exposed wood, and then Ciampa's dead body covered him.
Yeah.
That's the continuation of it. Is like.
Well, no. I don't mean the fact that.
And
Ciampa...
now they're going to, and now they're going to have the last man standing match that they couldn't have because of Nakamura AJ, and then that'll end it.
But no, I think it's just the fact that it was, because I wanted Ciampa to win, but I was like, Ciampa needs to win to continue this, and that I'm fine with. It was more the fact that it was a DDT, and that felt like more of a transitional move. And
on to exposed
I
wood
understand that
in the
part.
ring.
I understand it. It doesn't mean I have to like it.
I liked it because it wasn't a finisher that ended the match, and I always like when finishers don't end matches because
Okay.
at the end of a very like grueling thing like that, I'm okay with it.
I could see
Yeah.
that. I
But
think
it
it was.
also-
It's kind of like
It kind of came
it's
out
kind
of
of like
nowhere.
back when
Yeah.
it's kind of like back during the Nexus John Cena like elimination match at Survivor Series where he takes a DDT to cement. Except Ciampa and Gargano were like, no, that would actually end a match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With me, I was thinking my ending would have been DDT, pin, 1-2, Johnny actually kicks out, Johnny will never give up, Johnny's super, and then Ciampa just takes the cuffs and chokes out Johnny until Johnny literally passes out and then tosses him out. That's what I would have done, but I also
he didn't have the
Ciampa-
energy.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
that was the key. That was one move, like one ultimate opportunity. That was
That's all he had
Edge-esque.
left, yeah.
Can
Yeah.
I just mention, and I think we've talked about it before, just how much the Ciampa Gargano story mirrors an old wrestling storyline that Scotty and I came up with a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, before the JWF was a Fight Boys thing, it was just a me and Blake personal thing. And yeah, Blake was Gargano, which, by the way, your entrance in 2K18 is in fact Johnny's entrance. And then I went full Ciampa on Blake.
Uh,
I mean, that's the thing. It's not they're not trying to reinvent the wheel. They know the storyline they're telling. It's been done before, but they're just telling it excessively well.
oh yeah, like it's never, especially with wrestling because everything's been done before. It's
Mhm.
never about like because it's never the fact that you know the ending. It's the story that gets you to the ending.
Exactly.
And
Which is why WWE is horrible.
yes.
Because the story that got me to the ending of Money in the Bank, both Money in the Banks, was, hey, listen, you know how we could use this to like propel people and make things. You remember a few weeks ago when I said that Money in the Bank shows where creative in the show is going for the year? Yeah, it's going directly down the toilet.
It's going directly back to 2017 where Alexa Bliss was champion and Braun Strowman was #1 contender, and that's fine. Like they're just like, we don't want to try anything new. Let's just go with this.
And then every now and again
That's the thing is it's
like a little groundhog and say, "Hey, you guys want Roman? Oh no, okay."
Man.
Oh, hey, you guys want somebody else to be women's champion? Fuck off!
I mean,
Blonde women are the only people allowed to be women's champion.
Yeah. Man, like, well, no. What shocked me though is Ronda winning by DQ after Alexa attacks. That makes sense to me. Asuka legitimately getting like it was a distraction and a lot of shit went wrong. But Asuka being legitimately pinned by Carmella is real bullshit.
Yeah, that was some real bullshit. I was worried.
That was the one thing where everybody else online was just like, really? You guys like shit on like 3 years worth of work for this? Like you couldn't even make it? And all I could see was Vince McMahon being like, yeah, we're gonna use that to get heat on Carmella. Like she has go away heat. She has X-Pac heat.
She is
like,
she's anti-Alexa Bliss. She's doing the Bliss character, but not as well.
She's doing like the like stuck up like New York version of it, which is good. That's where she's from. That was a good move. The thing is that I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing with me is like Asuka stared at Ellsworth in that costume for so long that I'm like, why is she not just getting back into the match? Why is she not turning? Like because she's staring at it like it's a specter.
I think Carmella fucked up the spot.
Oh, okay.
And that's why it went so long. Kind of like how Becky looks like a fucking idiot now because she had the briefcase unhooked and was like doing everything because Alexa missed her spot and didn't fucking lift the ladder.
I will say my favorite point of that match is still when Ellsworth unmasks and then just looks like a creepy old man and then winks. It was the best shit. I was like, oh, that's all I needed from you, Ellsworth.
That's all
By
he
the way-
needed to do. Yeah, you're right.
So by the way, I want to point out that not only was Alexa Bliss the first wrestler to hold both SmackDown and Raw Women's Champion, she was also the first person to hold both those titles and win the Women's Money in the Bank.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's female Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Like literally, she has been forced down our throat.
No.
She is nowhere near as good in the ring as Roman Reigns is, though, comparatively.
Better on the microphone. But I had a better one. She's the female Alberto Del Rio during the first 2 years Alberto was there, where they were like, Alberto's winning Money in the Bank, and also he's winning the Royal Rumble, and now he's gonna win #1 contender matches every single week. And I'm like, all right. And so,
No, not as a wrestler.
Alexa's better than
No
Alberto
way.
by a long
She can't
shot.
bump
Like,
her
yeah.
shit,
I
and she
would
was
tune
out
in.
for most of her run. She doesn't wrestle. She has multiple title like reigns where she didn't defend the title for months on end, like mini Brock Lesnar runs. And then she always has to have the title or be in the title picture. She's done nothing else for over a year. Like, at least they try to give Roman Reigns like a different storyline or like a different title. Like, no. Like, Alexa Bliss has one thing. I'm the champion. If I'm not the champion, it's only for less than a month, and then I will beat the babyface clean, like, to prove dominance. Like, no settling, nothing.
Yeah.
The catharsis I felt watching Ronda fucking gut wrench, like, power bomb Alexa through a table was real. It was real catharsis. I was like,
That was so fun.
Oh, no. I felt it too, only because I love Ronda, and seeing that match in that way was like, damn it. Because I knew one of them was going to get cashed in that night, and I had a suspicion it was going to be the women's
cash
title.
in.
But I was... Well, yeah. Yeah, it was main event. Yeah. But I was thinking, like... maybe they give it to Ronda for a minute, and then Alexa comes out, attacks, and then that's how you get it. But no, they didn't even want to give Ronda a run at all. They were like, no, she's going to get DQ'd out of
I'm
this
just not a
match, and
fan
that's
of
it.
all of the outcomes of Money in the Bank. I don't think there's ever been a card where I was just like, I don't like any of the way these turned out. They jobbed out Nakamura to Styles. He's lost 3 straight matches. It's over. Like, they missed their chance to have like a good heel champion, like to have like the first Japanese champion. I
wouldn't say
he lost like 3 straight
it was
matches.
jobbed out, because Nagamura, he looked strong though. It's not like he never looked bad. He always looked very good in the outcome.
But they've ruined any chance he has of like winning the belt anytime soon. It's going to be over a year before he can credibly win again.
I could see where you're coming from with that. Going back,
which is a huge downgrade from somebody that won the Royal Rumble.
Well, to be fair, the other person that won the Royal Rumble got pinned by Carmella clean on Sunday. So
yeah. If I was an Asian fan of the WWE, I would stop watching now.
Yeah. I think they're doing like a Jeff Hardy Nakamura feud now, and that's just gonna be weird.
Sad.
Yeah. I will say.
Oh, hey, you won the Royal Rumble. You want to be the U.S. champion now? Yeah, no.
I will say, going back to TakeOver, one of my favorite spots is where I finally realized, like, the people do like a dive, you get the knees up, it's a reversal. I found the most vicious move you could reverse that way, and it's a diving headbutt, because fucking during the Aleister Black Sullivan match, Sullivan goes for a headbutt, Black gets the knees up, and you just see the skull crash against the knee as he bashes up against it, and I'm like, oh fuck, he might actually be dead right now. That's the worst shit I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, that was not. Ugh.
That wasn't pretty. But you know what is pretty, guys?
Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega's a pretty.
Kenny Omega is a pretty man. But of course, what else is pretty is all of our merch over at merch.alotopurebs.com. Click on the Fight Boys section or the JWF section. I've now split them up. So if you want some JWF merch for all your favorite superstars, just click over there. Get shirts for Scotty Moore, the Rat Ascension, Blake Tanner, the Dylan, all your favorites. But if you want some Fight Boys merch that lets people know that you're a Fight Boy for life, or if you're a fight effing boy, we got all that available for you over at merch.aloadofpurebs.com. Now, before the show started,
Wait,
yeah?
hold on. I remembered something.
Okay.
Sorry. Say what you were gonna say though. Hold on.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, you dropped a bomb on us before the fucking show started.
Oh yeah, Chuck Taylor broke his neck.
Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, so wait, has he, like, confirmed this on anything, or, like, is he just trolling people on Twitter saying he has a broken neck?
No, I'm pretty sure that's for real.
Oh, no. Okay, so I think for our Dust Watch this week, we need to give Chuck a reprieve and instead ask, like, Trent or someone else to follow us instead, because Chuck is on indefinite medical leave from Dust Watch. Yeah, Rocky wouldn't be a bad get. Who else would be a good
You
one?
could try to get Rocky.
I don't know why Carl Anderson keeps coming back, but I think we've asked Carl before.
Luke Gallows.
Fuck yes.
That could work.
So, hey, at Sexy Chucky T. Oh, it's Dust Watch, everyone's favorite section of the show, by the way. Hey, at Sexy Chucky T. We're super sorry about your neck, and therefore are putting you on medical leave from Dust Watch 2017. Anyways, at Big LG, you up? Okay, I think that's that'll work from hashtag Dustwatch 2018.
We were talking a little bit. Oh yeah, you were
All right, so back to what I was. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say something. So another thing that happened. Going back to New Japan, there was a string of shows, but this year's G1 Climax lineup was announced. And every year, as you guys know, there is the Gato Championship pick'ems for the G1 Climax. Last year, I tried to get us in on it, and you guys said I didn't give you enough notice. The tournament doesn't start for like 3 weeks. Kiss my ass, you have enough time. So I say that we do the one on Reddit, and then we just weekly update who is at what position in the standings, and then whoever gets the closest gets to decide whether or not we talk about New Japan on this show.
Oh man, that's a good ending right there, buddy. Yeah, we could probably pull that off. We could do we may do like a bonus episode maybe where we do all of our different picks.
I mean, we don't have to. We could just like weekly update. Like, yeah, I got this for this many right, and then maybe talk about one we were surprised about, or one we were like, fuck yeah, I called that.
Okay.
Because the reason why I'm willing to put that on the line is because this isn't like pay-per-view predictions where it's like, oh, I could strategize this. This is literally roulette. But like if you played like 4D roulette.
Yeah, it is.
If the roulette, like if it was just a spear.
This is a good idea. I'd like to hash this one out.
Yeah. I really like this idea. In other news, WWE made a lot of good decisions today, I think.
Well, I would just like to say that, do you guys remember the time that Asuka beat Emma so bad that she got fired the next day?
Yeah, and everyone on the internet was like, hey, don't make fun of that. And then the internet's like, Daniel Bryan beat Big Cass so bad he got fired the next day and no one bats an eyelash.
Yep.
True. To be fair, I still am a fan of Leo Rush's tweet that got him in trouble, which is, I guess nobody really is ready for Asuka.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, I will say, like, it shocked me how quickly Leo got called up to 205 Live. I mean, he's a
Did it really?
Dude.
He was like, he's the fastest improving wrestler I've ever seen. Because I remember there was a period of time when I was in grad school where I would watch ROH weekly stuff.
Yeah.
like religiously, and they had like the top prospect tournament, and I saw him, and they were like, "Yeah, he's only been wrestling for like a little over a year." And my first thought was bullshit
Yeah.
because he was already absurdly like gifted.
Mhm.
And my second thought was, why did he think any of those tattoos were a good idea? And the second thought still stands. But he just kept getting better as a wrestler. He went to he was in CZW. He worked on
Yeah.
his like Blackheart gimmick that like was visually really cool. He did like a bunch of stuff. So when he got called over, I was like, okay, as long as he gets to wrestle, he'll be fine. And then
Mhm.
he opened his mouth, and they like everybody was just like, it was the same thing with like a revival when
Oh yeah.
Dawson would like say something, everybody would be like, "You shut the fuck up," and then he was like, "Okay," rather than being like, "You guys need to calm down." Except Leo Rush tried to do that, and then everybody was like, "You weigh 100 pounds soaking wet," and he was like, "Ooh, good point." Um,
I think I was actually at the show where he didn't win the top prospect, did he?
yeah, he
I
did.
think did he? I thought Dijak won it.
No, that was the year before.
I could have sworn they faced off in the
Nope.
finals of that top prospect tournament.
Nope. He beat Martinez, then known as Punisher Martinez.
Who the fuck did Dijak beat? Hold on.
Some nobody that nobody
It's
ever
fine.
remembered.
Going back to the cast thing, though, apparently, according to Meltzer, Vince McMahon called a meeting in Toledo at SmackDown where he announced the firing of Big Cass.
It wasn't done in front of everybody. Meltzer did clarify
did-
that.
Yes, but it was just like, for you to call a meeting with some of like your top execs and be like, "Yeah, we're firing this motherfucker."
We're getting him out. Well, I heard a lot of stuff about him being like a loudmouth backstage and like that not rubbing people right. So he kind of took after Enzo, I guess.
No,
Uh,
it was because
this was-
so you remember. So hold on.
Is this about the little person and him beating the shit out of a little person on TV?
He wasn't supposed to.
Yeah,
went-
he was supposed to.
Not like that.
Yeah. Also, Dijak beat Will Ferreira. So, yeah, you're right. A member of the
Hey.
Dogs now.
God, I could go on an entire another like rant about how dead and like lifeless ROH's booking is, but not worth the effort.
That
It
sigh.
just depresses me.
Oh, the quiet sigh of resignation.
Listen, there's a reason New Japan is starting to team with Impact. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I feel bad, man. I love my ROH boys.
Oh, they're all really good. Their roster, talent alone, even though they don't have a lot of names, could be amazing. However, Delirious, their booker, is a fucking hack.
Yeah, I could see that.
Mhm.
Yeah, 100%. I
But
could
he's
definitely see that.
he's like sucking the dick of somebody at Sinclair, so he's never gonna be fired.
Yeah. Which was actually very weird to have Delirious suck your dick because his dirty talk is very bizarre.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hello, never thought I just really want you to say, could you come on me for a minute, please?" It's like, okay, could you calm down for a fucking second?
He is my
You know-
he's my least favorite part of the ROH New Japan Honor Rising shows because it's the
Yeah.
only time he ever fucking wrestles, and every time I'm just reminded like, oh, that's right, you suck.
I
Um,
love his character. His character used to be awesome, but it kind of it's like a Chikara character. After a year, you're kind of like, I'm done now. I'm good with this. I understand what this character is.
I need you to evolve it, which Chikara will try to do, or at least they did back when they had people. You think people who used to go to Chikara shows are really surprised at the fact that that Ruby Riott is doing so well?
I'm not. Homeboy, I went to one of the Anniversario shows and she was there and I was like, nah, she gonna get it one day. And whenever the thing that shocked me more was that Kimberly didn't do better. Princess Kimberly didn't do as much better.
Yeah.
Like, I thought
That is
she was definitely
surprising.
gonna, like, take NXT by storm, but instead, Ruby Riott was just like, nope, going straight to the main roster after, like, a year. Let's do this.
And she grew her hair out, which was a good move. She did that, and I was like, I don't know how I. No, it looks good. It looks good. That was one of the few times where like
I don't.
WWE.
I've seen pictures of like Heidi Lovelace with the short hair, and I like it a lot more. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm a short hair boy.
yeah. Well, I am too. But so did you watch the Up Up Down Down with her and Creed? There's a great picture of her where they're taking the awkward family photo where he's like had his hands on her shoulders and they're looking off into like the distance.
Yeah,
And that was the one where I was like, no, the long hair works. That wouldn't work with short hair. Like it just fits. It just fits
yeah.
her personality now.
Mhm.
I just wish the Riot Squad would actually add up to something. That would
Yeah,
be
same
nice.
here, dude.
Mhm.
Like, in other news, Post fucking Malone got choke slammed by the Undertaker, and that might be the weirdest headline I've read all week in wrestling.
That's
Oh,
like that's up
man.
there for headline of the year for me.
It might, it might be because I saw someone put on Facebook something about like a fan got to go backstage to meet Post Malone and instantly vomited at the smell of him. And I went, holy shit, is this real? And then I looked up Post Malone concert, and then the top headline was like, Undertaker choke slams Post Malone. And I went, oh, this is a good week for Post.
Hold on.
Gotta do a quick jerk.
I bet you there's a fucking, like, a raccoon or something fucking up his house.
So Scotty, the only thing better than that headline or more unbelievable is the headline that I saw after SmackDown, which was that Rusev is the #1 contender for the WWE title.
Rusev Machka!
Rusev match. Yeah. Dun 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 da da da.
This is like when they gave Fandango that Intercontinental title shot that I don't think ever came because he had like a concussion.
And it completely derailed his career. It was like the worst.
Yeah, worst timing of all time was that concussion. Like I
Because
think this was
they were gonna give it to him. I'm like 95% sure they were gonna give it to
Mhm.
him.
This is the crowd will not shut up. So here we're gonna give you this one-off match at Extreme Rules to build up AJ for like someone else, or maybe like John Cena if he
How
ever comes back.
how much fuck it. I'm still picking Rusev whenever we get to the prediction series. I'm already in last, I think. We've firmly established.
This is
So
this is the anti of last year for you. You're now having a Scotty year, and I'm having a pretty decent one.
here's the thing, Scotty, is that you care. I won the first year. So I just this whole year is a victory lap.
I have nothing to win.
I have nothing to lose.
Yeah,
Whenever we get to next year, that's when I have to try again.
yeah. I will say, what shocked me today more than anything else was Mustache Mountain winning the NXT tag titles.
Which means that British Strong Style now is fully invested in the UK title scene for. By the way,
Yeah.
NXT is getting a UK branch, further extending their monopoly of sports entertainment around the world.
Well, as long as it's NXT, I'm all right with it.
Yeah. Well, not only that, what was weird to me about Mustache Mountain winning the titles was to me, I'm like, didn't they just announce that NXT UK is gonna have a tag division? Why not
Yeah,
have them win the title of the NXT UK tag division?
because that way they're the established favorites. And when they lose to somebody else and get brought over to NXT proper, there will be another tag team there.
Yeah.
Speaking of tag titles, and I'm still on this because everything else that we've been talking about has kind of been a little over my head. Enzo and Cass never won a tag championship.
Yeah, no, never, because there's
they-
no reason to give it to them.
Yeah,
Nope.
they weren't good wrestlers. They were just really over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
Well,
year to the day that Cass turned on Enzo is the day he got released.
Oh shit, I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I was at an airport watching it on my phone, waiting for someone to come pick me up, and just like, oh cool, they're gonna announce who attacked Enzo. It's definitely Big Cass, but let's watch this. And then Cass cut that. All right, it was probably the best promo he cut ever. The only one he ever cut that was decent.
Mm-hmm. And I've been seeing all day today. It's like, I don't understand. Cass was a good promo.
No, it wasn't.
Never saw that.
No.
Never
You-
saw.
Cass was a terrible promo, like a decent big guy,
Yeah.
not even a good big guy. There are so
That-
many people that like they can move up or take his place. If you really just want a big sweaty guy, Lars Sullivan is over there looking like a literal like Neanderthal. And you just
Lar-
bring that over.
We
Lars-
love our big sweaty guys.
See, Lars reminds me of Braun when Braun first got called up, where I was just like, fuck, this dude is terrifying, and I would not. He's got that Brock Lesnar feel of if I walk up in an alley and I see him,
I'm dead.
I'm dead. There's no way. I'm gone. That's all that's gonna happen.
Braun has the baby face underneath his beard that you could still kind of see. So whenever he showed up, I was just like, "Oh, that child is terrifying." Whereas like Lars Sullivan is like, "Oh, that guy might crack me open like a lobster and feast on my entrails."
See, the thing with Braun that turned me around is the first time he cut a promo, and he has that fucking demonic deep voice, which he made it even worse when he was with the Wyatts. And I was like, fuck, did they change that voice? That's his real voice?
Yep.
See, I turned around on him when he was on the worst podcast ever. Talking about the
He's
places
never
I
been on our
pooped
show.
at. No, the one that's so bad that Jericho, after the last one they had, stopped. He had to stop making them.
Wait, which one was it? I was talking over you. I'm sorry.
You know how they had the talking shop would show up in on the Jericho
the talking
network.
shop on Jericho. Yeah.
Yeah, the last one they had, which was like last year,
Yeah.
they didn't do another one after that, even when Jericho was around. I don't know. I think Jericho left after that, briefly, but like hasn't tried to like do one of them. And I'm pretty sure it's just because it was so terrible.
Dude, that was my favorite show, even though it was the fucking worst show of all time.
I like to think we draw a lot of inspiration from it.
Yeah.
We're not drunk enough.
Going back to Lars though, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Blake, I think we were still in college when Lars got signed, and and Lars had like for a week, Sasha, like numerous different people all on Twitter were like, "This dude's amazing. This dude's so great." And if you went to his Twitter profile, all you saw was a picture of his hand, and that was it. And that's all you heard of Lars Sullivan until like earlier this year or whenever he debuted in NXT. And then I was like, okay, he'll show off something soon, maybe. And then finally he got a title shot. I'm like, okay, we're good. We're good. He's got it.
Who do you think will take the title off of Alistair?
Fuck, that's a tough one. I gotta say EC3 maybe. Because they've got him on a very good winning streak, and I think he would be a very good get to be an NXT title holder. Cause
I think it's gonna be Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, Adam Cole, baby. Exactly. They'll have him drop it in some dumb way to somebody, and then he'll turn around and be like, "Why are we not going after the biggest belt?"
Yeah, exactly. Or even better, and something that will literally never fucking happen. Bobby Fish comes back from injury and is like, "I'm now going to be the leader of this group," and then go after the title. I'm sorry, I love Bobby Fish too much, but I know for a fact that would never happen. See, Bobby won me over. I went to an ROH show, and Bobby is the most fucking vocal tag team partner of all time. Because he'll just be, like, on the side of the ring, and just like, "He's got tassels on his pants. Pull his tassels. I don't care what the referee says." And he'll just keep yelling random shit like that throughout the whole match.
He has a good time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I want to know, because Dylan, you have, or had a very strong opinion about Kyle O'Reilly. Has it changed? Because he has definitely shown a whole lot more character in NXT.
I still believe that the way that he made his transition was the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Wait, which transition?
The transition from ROH to NXT, where he finished up a storyline, finally beating Cole, and then was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna drop this randomly in Japan." And be being like a nothing champion in Ring of Honor, where I've been for forever, just so I can go and be Adam Cole's bitch in
Mhm.
NXT. I appreciate that he's embraced his sleazy Kyle persona.
It's so good. It's my favorite.
Sleazy
Easy
Kyle.
cat.
I just
Like,
need him to
he's-
enter the ring like he did that one time in PWG where he like climbs the ropes from the outside to the inside next to the turnbuckle, climbs back down them on the inside, does a front flip like really slow, gets up, and then does the Rick Rude gyration. I just need that. Then he lays in the turnbuckle like real like Joey Ryan style, does the
Yeah.
same like rubbing his body. I just need that. I just need him to do it once during.
He's such a good he's kind of like a Davey Richards, Eddie Edwards babyface, where as a babyface they don't get to show as much character and they kind of become typical submission wrestler dude.
Mhm.
But as a heel, like I'm sorry, Red Dragon might be one of my favorite heel tag teams of all time, where they were just like, we're MMA hipsters. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the fish tank. It's gonna be great.
Here's the thing. They were heels. I could never figure out why they were heels, with the exception of the one time that like they're against the Bucks that they cheated, but like the
Yeah.
MMA dude like elbowed like I think Matt or something. They weren't really heels. The only thing heelish about them was that they would actually wrestle.
Yeah. Well, it's the fact that they were douchebags. That's it. Like that was basically trolling the ROH audience, which was just like, yeah, we know you guys and we know what you like. We're just gonna be what you don't like. So let's hang out with this. It's gonna be fine. Blake, you had a thought?
Oh no, there it goes.
Oh no!
Bye.
There
My
went-
fun wrestling anecdote or thought or joke that I had, it was just gone.
Oh, I can see it. I can see it up in the skies next to Big Cass.
Oh,
It's up there
oh
just staring.
no, wait. He's looking down like all of the past released wrestler. Big Cass is with Enzo again. They're hugging, and oh no, they're going down a toilet to hell.
Oh, look. How are you doing, Mr. Sandow? We haven't seen you in a very long time. That Liberace gimmick certainly didn't work out too well for you, did it?
Oh wait,
Hey,
Look, it's-
hey, listen, Scotty. You should appreciate that gimmick. That got us on the cover. That got us in the pages of a pro wrestling magazine.
That's right, I forgot.
what?
Yeah.
We were in the background for one of the pictures they took for his Liberace gimmick because we were like right along the rails at Impact.
Yeah,
I
think
didn't know that.
Yeah, I think you're in it too, Blake.
Holy shit.
But yeah, dude, I remember. I don't think it was that show. It was before he had the Liberace gimmick, and he was just like, "I'm Aaron Rex, and you all know who I really am. So let me just be this amazing champion for Impact." And I remember booing him like a motherfucker because like everyone was. And then later in the night, I just saw him at I can't remember what restaurant I went to, but there was a restaurant and like all the Impact wrestlers were there. And I saw him walk in, and I said, "Hey man, it's nice to meet you." And he's just like, I could tell he's like, "You were one of them motherfuckers that were booing me in the front row. I ain't talking shit to you." And then he just walks off. I'm like, "I'm sorry, Damien. I love you,
That was my bad.
Bobby. I really like Team Rhodes Scholars."
That was your best stuff.
Yeah.
So this is why I cheered for Scott Steiner at that taping, so that if I saw Big Papa Pump later, we could plug it out.
Just in case.
Saw you in the front row. You were booing me, weren't you, little punk? You would tower over Scott Steiner, and he would still call you a little punk the whole time.
Yes, it's part of the reason why I like Scott Steiner. Like his crazy is almost endearing.
Yeah, exactly. And you know who else is endearing, guys?
Us?
Well, no, I was gonna say our lovely patrons over at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. That's right.
They're
ladies
more
and-
than endearing. They're fucking saints.
They're saints. They're members of the BS Moon Marines over at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS, where you can donate, help out all the shows, Fight Boys, Fun Fiction, Opposite Attractions, all of the shows. They need your support, And we do have perks over there for you. Our official Discord you can join. You get shouted out on a load of BS. All these fantastic things waiting for you over at patreon.com/a load of BS, which means, boys, it's now time. Now time to turn it over to everybody's favorite commentators, Silver Spoon and Captain Tibbs, for another episode of JWF Monday Night War. Oh, is Dylan, are you just leaving?
I have to be up in 5 hours, Scotty.
Yeah,
I tried to get the...
Dylan, okay, before you leave, what did you learn this week, D?
Shit happens when you party naked. That's why I wear socks.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to JWF Monday Night War. I'm your host, Silver Spoon, joined as always by one bad mother and an absentee father. It's Captain Tibbs.
I failed in both departments.
You're really terrible at it, Tibbs. Now, Tibbs, let me tell you something. We are coming off the heels of, well, I'll say it, not the best timed cash in the bag. We usually try to run them against Vince's shows, but apparently we missed the mark by a week.
I completely forgot. I'm still on pre-Gregorian calendars, you know?
Oh, okay, obviously. Well, Tibbs, I mean, but we had some amazing stuff happen. We had the cash in the bag match where, of course, we saw Brunch Boy Baron Corbin win the cash in the bag briefcase. Absolutely fantastic match. We saw Blake Tanner defeat Scotty Moore in one of the most vicious last man standing, or vicious falls count anywhere matches I've ever seen in my life. And then, of course, we saw your boy Canada Charlie actually defend his title successfully against the Lumberjacks, something I don't think any of us ever thought would happen.
Nope.
That's right, Tibbs. But of course, the JWF, we're like a ball. We're a rolling stone. We keep on rolling, baby. We keep going, and that's why Canada Charlie's about to have him a new #1 contender in this #1 contender triple threat match. And it actually looks like we have Mojo Gruff, the voodoo man from the Bayou, taking on the Lumberjack. And then, oh no, Tibbs, he's not done anything since he's been here. Why would you give him an opportunity for the #1 contender?
You shut up and say his name, damn it.
It's the fucking Hammer Man. All right, so we got
Hammerman, 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 Hammer Son, Hammerman.
Oh, but it looks like Lumberjack actually is not a big fan of the Hammer Man himself, bowling him over with a huge shoulder tackle. Oh, but wait! Mojo Gruff jumping on the back of the Beast, attempting to lock in a sleeper hold. Ooh, but the Lumberjack immediately tossing Gruff to the ground. Actually tossing him on top of Hammer Man. It looks like the Lumberjack trying to stack up some flapjacks, as it were. Oh, and the monster among trees picking up both competitors. Oh my god, it looks like he's going for a Lumberjack slam on both of them. Look at the strength, Tibbs.
Oh, it's a lovely, interesting thing to see. Get the fuck up, Hammerman.
That's right. Oh, but wait. Mojo Gruff narrowly wiggling his way off of Jack's back, hitting a big drop kick, sending Lumberjack into the ropes, and oh my god, Hammerman flying to the outside. Oh no, it looks like Mojo going for a big move, bouncing off the ropes, going for a big clothesline. Oh, but the massive man picking Mojo up and sending him to the outside where he lands on the Hammerman. It looks like these two smaller men, I mean, Tibbs, in a match like this, when you have this massive beast like the Lumberjack, what can you do?
Well, you divide and conquer.
That's right. Well, I would say probably better advice if they joined alliances, but...
Well, no, I'm sorry. I meant to say you divide and get conquered.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. All right. It looks like the Lumberjack trying to get to the outside to bring one of these boys in. But wait a minute. The two smaller men make their way into the ring as the Lumberjack gets out of the ring. And, ooh, a big double baseball slide onto the Beast, knocking him down onto one knee. It looks like Hammerman rushing out and tossing the Lumberjack into the ring where Mojo lays in wait. And it looks like he's actually grabbing the Lumberjack for a... No way, Tibbs, is he going for a suplex?
Yeah.
There's no way, Mojo Gruff, that small man, there's no way he can lift up the Lumberjack. Oh, but this man might provide some help. Hammerman getting next to Mojo, and it looks like these two men picking Lumberjack up off of his feet. Lumberjack wiggling. Oh, and Lumberjack reverses, showing his strength once again as he picks up both of these men and hits a double suplex onto these two small gentlemen. It looks like the Lumberjack trying to end this one fast as he picks up both men once again. Oh, and hits a big running Lumberjack slam onto both of them. Going for a pin. 1, 2. Oh my God. Tibbs, what's going on? It looks like some crazed fan has rushed the ring, hitting the Lumberjack with a chair. And unfortunately, it looks like the referee Shibata having to call the match. It's a DQ. More chair shots raining down onto the Lumberjack. But wait a minute. He's now hitting the Hammerman and Mojo Gruff as well. Who is this person? Oh my God. Oh my God, it's him, the Dylan. We haven't seen the Dylan since he was defeated by Honeypot a few weeks ago. But it looks like he's returned in extravagant fashion, taking out all of these men in this match. Tibbs, what are you going to do about this?
Well, on the one hand, this is a horrible, abhorrent behavior. Canceling a match like this, causing a DQ. But I'm also a little bit happy that his immortal soul has not been rended from his body.
That's right. Wait a minute, what's he doing now? It looks like he's actually set the Lumberjack up in a corner and now tossing the Hammerman and Mojo Gruff into corners as well. What's he doing? Oh my God, he's doing it, Tibbs. He's got him set up for it. The sick dick kick. Oh, straight to the undercarriage of Mojo Gruff, and the Voodoo Man rolling to the outside, grabbing at his nethers. And now he's turned around and, a sick dick kick to the Hammerman for his troubles. And now, oh my God, he's rushed towards the Lumberjack. And oh my God, it's not just one, but two, three sick dick kicks in a row to that massive man. Rolling out of the ring in pain. Tibbs, this is horrifying. Dylan's gone insane. We've got our medical staff coming out to ringside to attend to these injured men. Dylan just running up the ramp, smiling. What's going on?
Well, just another fire old Tibbs is gonna have to put out.
That's right, Tibbs. But I mean, of course, speaking of people running into matches, last week on JWF Monday Night War, we got to see as the Rat Ascension ran into Brunch Boy Baron Corbin's match, assisting the Brunch Boy and stopping Guy Fieri from making his way into the Cash in the Bag match. I mean, Tibbs, just imagine if the Rat Ascension hadn't come out, Guy Fieri may have won that match, and that means the king of Flavortown, he could possibly be the Mr. Cash in the Bag right now, but thanks to that Rat Ascension, a lot's changed.
Indeed it has. Tag division is in a deep, dark place.
That's right, but of course, let's not forget the Rat Ascension, of course, were chased away by Johnny Bananas and his brother Joey Pajamas, the tag team known as Bananas and Pajamas, coming out to save them, a move that I think shocked both me and you.
Surprising enough that these pajama banana men are still here.
That's right, Tibbs. And they're actually backstage with one of our top interviewers, and I think he's got a question for him. Hello, everybody. Don McDonald here with Bananas in Pajamas. Now, gentlemen, last week on Monday Night War, you came out, you saved Guy Fieri from a vicious beatdown at the hands of the Rat Ascension. I mean, what led to this sudden change of heart for you two gentlemen?
Yeah, you know something, McDonald. I wouldn't exactly call what we did last week a change of heart, you see. What we did was getting revenge on those nasty rat boys over there for taking a spot that we would call our own. You know, me and Joey, we's from the mean streets of Brooklyn. And let me tell you what we do with rats down there. We stomp on them, alright? And I don't care how many rats we have to stomp on to get to our rightful place in the top of the JWF tag division. Alright, you hear me now? You see, we've been lying in wait, waiting, watching, and for months on end, just waiting for that spot to get for Bananas and Pajamas to have their time in the sun.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're done waiting for that spot. We're taking it. And we're taking it straight from the Rat Ascension.
Yeah, you see, Johnny and I, we're simple guys. We like to party, like to go out, drink some Jaeger bombs, get some Jaeger bombs with the ladies, and we like to have a good time. And the Ratscension have been raining on our parade, so to speak. You see, we gotta come into the locker room smelling like $1,000,000, covered from head to toe in Axe a body spray. And then those punk Ratscension pukes come in and stink up the whole joint, just like they stink up the entire JWF tag team division. I mean, look at Johnny, how are we? Me and you, these handsome mugga-mamoos right here. How are we supposed to go out to the bars and hit on the ladies when we're just at the proverbial bottom of the JWF barrel?
Exactly, Joey. Yeah, hey, Bubba Boy, you remember last week?
Oh, I remember last week.
Yeah, we tried to get that one dame from Yonkers, told her we was wrestlers. She had no idea who we were.
Had them honkers from Yonkers.
That's what it said, and that's also why she threw the drink in your face. But that's all right. That's besides the point. That's why we're making sure that everyone knows who we are. We're going to be the top dogs of the JWF Tag Division. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Oh, rough, baby boy. I mean, you know, Joey and I always look good when we come to the arena. We got on our Zubaz. We got on our nice little trunks. We got those Beats by Dree. We got our gold chains. We got everything. We all decked out from head to toe. But you know, the one piece of gold that we are missing is that little bit around our waists. And I'm talking about the JWF Tag Team Championships.
That's right, boys. So Ratscension, hold on to those belts with everything you got. I want you to go to bed and snuggle with your belts. I want you to take baths with your belts. I want you to make sure you spend some quality time with that merchandise. Because old BMP here, we're gonna rip away those precious titles from you the first chance we get, and we're gonna prove to all these beautiful ladies, these honkies from Yonkers, that there's only one name in tag team wrestling, and that name is Bananas in Pajamas. Well, thanks for your time. All right, Tibbs. Well, I mean, it looks like if you need a #1 contender for the tag titles, it looks like you got one.
I didn't understand a single thing they said, but I like it.
That's right. I mean, it looks like they said they hadn't changed their hearts, but they seem a little bit more. I mean, we're seeing a new side of them. We're seeing they're fun-loving boys. They like to party, like to have a good time.
What's a Yonkers?
I actually do not know that well, Tibbs. I mean, that may just be a colloquialism from New York. It's a Poughkeepsie expression, I believe. But Tibbs, I mean, we've been talking about the JWF title, we're talking about the captain's title, but I think we need to talk about the most important title of them all, and that is, of course, the JWF Championship. And of course, at Cash in the Bag, we saw Blake Tanner in an absolutely brutal match, brutalize Scotty Moore to a point where he had to be shipped off to a local medical facility to have his wounds tended to. After the match, I mean, they said his back was nearly broken. He's been having to walk around in a neck brace. So I got to ask, what's next for Blake Tanner?
Now listen, if there's anything I know about him, about Blake Tanner, he's going to get up and he's going to keep defending that championship until he's dead.
That's right. And so, I mean, who knows who's going to be next to oh, wait. I didn't think Scotty Moore was in the arena tonight, Tibbs. I mean, what's Scotty Moore doing? Scotty Moore coming out to the ring right now. It looks like he's grabbing a microphone, and he does not look happy. All right. Okay, everybody, just sit down, shut up, and listen. Put down your damn cell phones. Quit snapping pictures. I know I'm pretty, but right now you need to sit down, shut up, and listen. I was robbed at Cash in the Bag. You can all try your best to support Blake Tanner and everything that he did to me, but the truth is, that match never made it into the ring. Which means that match never officially started. You see, Blake came out and assaulted me during my entrance and didn't relent until he threw me off of one of those production trucks nearly 20 feet to the ground. You see, Blake Tanner almost killed me at Cash in the Bag, and you idiots out there are sitting by and cheering that. Your champion is a psychopath, almost a killer, and you still cheer him. See, I thought Captain Tibbs, I thought he was going to be the honorable man that I know he is and restart that match, send people after us to get us in the ring, to make it the wrestling match that it deserved to be. But no, Tibbs let it happen. He let that psychopath lay an all-out assault on me, nearly breaking my back and ending my career, and yet Tibbs sat by idly and didn't do a damn thing. I thought guys like Canada Charlie and the Dylan, I thought they were crazy for what they would say about Tibbs, but now I see the light. I see that Tibbs is just an old, vengeful son of a bitch. Because you see, Tibbs is more than willing to let Blake Tanner have the title. He's more than willing to let Blake Tanner hold on to that gold and have the spotlight, because you see, Tibbs knows that he could beat Blake Tanner at any instant. Tibbs knows that in the annals of history, he'll always be better than Blake Tanner. But Tibbs also knows that he'll never be better than me. So that's why he does whatever it takes to keep talented guys like me and Dylan away from that title. He's jealous of someone taking that coveted spot at the top that Captain Tibbs has had a monopoly on for so long. But you see, unlike Dylan, I'm actually going to do something about this. That's why I'm staging a sit-in in the middle of this ring, and I refuse to leave until I get what I deserve. That means no more fun matches for you out in the crowd, no more seeing the Lumberjack, no more seeing any of your favorite superstars until I get what I want. And that's an apology from Tibbs, the firing of Blake Tanner, and the JWF championship around my waist. Well, Tibbs, it looks like Scotty Moore has thrown down the gauntlet. He's refusing to move.
Here, give me that microphone. Let's go.
No, looks like Tibbs is making an announcement.
Oh, Scotty. Are you comfortable? You're sitting out there. Hey, let me come down there chill with you for a second. You want a drink? I get you something from catering if you want. How about I get you a little glass that's empty so you can fill it up with all your pity party tears. Oh, hold on. Old Tibbs has got something right in his hand for you. It's the world's smallest violin. I'm gonna play it so you can cry a little bit more, so you can have your fun little sob stories here. Listen up, boy. I understand what you're saying. You might be right. That match never made it to the ring, and as a result, Blake Tanner remained the JWF champion. And he did exactly what he had to do. And that was pay you back for the months and months of horrible shit you put him through. You had to pay your penance for the abuse that you laid down upon him. So yeah, maybe we did let that match go a little bit too far, but that's the business. Do you understand me? If you can't handle that, then you can get out of this damn ring and never come back. Maybe I did let Blake Tanner beat you within an inch of your life, and maybe you know what? Maybe I liked seeing you get what you deserved. So no, Tibbs is not apologizing for Blake Tanner's actions, and he's not firing him or even suspending him. And I'm most certainly not putting my company's most coveted title around the waist of some sore little loser who only comes to the ring and cries and complains. You lost. You get over it, and you come back next week for the next match. Because that's the hard truth about this business, Scotty Moore. You're gonna lose. Tibbs has lost. Momoa Curry's lost. All the greats, we've all lost a time or two. So listen up, Scotty. I'm gonna give you one more shot. I'm gonna give you a chance to wipe off this facade of the little sore loser that you got going on here. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and nut up or shut up. And this match is gonna take place next week against my newest signee to the JWF. I'm gonna give you a match against a man who... Oh, I'm sorry. There must have been a little problem there with the technical booth. Hold on, that was a little weird. Let me start over. Microphones don't usually glitch like that. Anyway, I'm saying you're gonna be facing a man who... Damn, I'm sorry. I keep getting interrupted here. This is real embarrassing. I usually hold myself up to a higher standard of professionalism, but I got no idea what's going on. Let's try one more time. You're gonna be facing a man who has had just one request. Feed me more.
Oh my god, and Ryback coming out of nowhere, nailing a vicious meat hook clothesline to the back of Scotty's head, and the former #1 contender is leveled on the ground. Oh, and it looks like Ryback backing up into that corner as the crowd around him chanting, "Feed me more! Feed me more!" And he is prepping for another devastating meat hook clothesline. Scotty slowly making his way back to his feet, but wait! Ducks the clothesline, rushing out of the ring. Looks like the infamous Run rushing up the ramp in a panic as Ryback just pumping his arms along with the crowd. The crowd is incensed, chanting, "Feed me more!" Tibbs, this is phenomenal. I never thought you'd be a big fan of Ryback, but I mean, you brought him in.
Yeah, I thought there was a little bit more money left in this guy.
That's right, Tibbs.
Big old baby man with big old fight muscles.
That's right, and it looks like next week we're going to have Scotty Moore versus Ryback in a #1 contenders match. This is going to be absolutely phenomenal, Tibbs.
You bet your ass it is. I've been waiting for this one for a while. I'm happy that it turned out well.
That's right, Tibbs. Well, I guess if you guys want to find out what happens between Scotty Moore and Ryback, you're going to have to tune in next time to JWF Monday Night War. So, Blakey T, it's been an episode, my boy.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a really good episode. Tibbs might have cut the best promo of his life. Tibbs had some Mick Foley shit going on there. Like, listen here, my friend. So, but the most important question is, what did you learn this week?
I learned that the only way to get ready for a New Japan pay-per-view is drinking so much coffee you have to shit your brains out during a tag match.
Exactly. And I learned that no matter what we do on this podcast, Damian Sandow will be looking down upon us from heaven with disapproving eyes because I booed him in that one TNA match. But Dylan can be found on Twitter at SexyChuckyT. As always, ladies and gentlemen, where can they find you, Blakey T?
You can find me at Blake A. Tanner on the Twitter. You can find me the same on Instagram or other things, I guess, that are social media. You can also find me doing other shows on the BS Network and also on the Darkroom Video, that's Darkroom VIDYA.
That's right. You can find me on Twitter at ScottyMo, SCOTTYEMO, and make sure to buy all my books on Amazon. There's Quetzalcoatl, Quetzalcoatl Risen, Quetzalcoatl Revelations, and of course BS versus the Gods. If you want to read a book about me and Blake getting together, fighting off vicious gods, make sure to check all that out. And I'm actually going to have the audiobook available soon, so you guys can check that out on Audible. But like Blake said, this ain't the only show we do. Make sure to go to aloadofpurebs.com and check out the other shows, like A Load of BS, where me and Blake are just kind of dicks and talk about random shit for an hour. Or Fun Fiction, where me and my friend Brenna Clark break down some of our favorite movies and TV shows and then read fan fiction about it. And then, of course, Opposite Attractions, where me and my buddy Jim Murphy, we build our own theme park, and it is absolutely glorious, ladies and gentlemen. But for now, just remember to go to merch.aloadofpurebs.com, pick you up some Fight Boys merch, and donate to the Patreon. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, you can find us at aloadofpurebs.com. Step up to the merch table at merch.aloadofpurebs.com. Find us on Facebook, donate to the Patreon, subscribe on YouTube. And remember to follow us on Twitter at Fight Boy Show, Chuck Taylor. Or Luke Gallows this week. Because when you're a fight boy, you're a fight boy for life!